Title: The Eridani Declaration. Year: 2342. The document, signed by 37 dominant civilizations of the Galactic Council, became a death sentence for human ambition. Humanity was judged too unstable, too aggressive, and too unpredictable to participate in the interstellar community. They were permitted to remain on Earth and the Moon colony, but any attempt to travel beyond the inner belt of Saturn was punishable by the immediate and ruthless confiscation of ships and the destruction of infrastructure. In reality, it was less a sentence and more a preemptive measure. After the First and Second Galactic Wars, which humanity did not fight in but felt the consequences of, humans had demonstrated a staggering capacity for rapid development alongside a chronic tendency for internal conflict. Other races feared that one day, humans would export their wars into deep space. And so, for 2 centuries, humanity was locked within its golden cage. Earth flourished. The ecology was restored, and technology advanced, but a bitter resentment simmered beneath the surface. Billions of people looked at the night sky, seeing not opportunity, but a wall. Foreign space stations occasionally drifted past Saturn's outer belt, their silhouettes serving as a constant reminder of stolen dreams. Captain Elijah Woods knew these dreams better than anyone. He was of the generation born under the ban. He piloted one of the last authorized scout planes patrolling the border near Saturn, logging every alien vessel that violated Earth's exclusive spatial zone. His job was a daily reminder of his people's powerlessness. In 2542, the Galactic Council was shaken to its core. From the periphery, beyond the edges of known maps, arrived a new, unknown race, the KSAL. They were beings of metallic skin who did not breathe, felt no pain, and possessed a single goal: the total absorption of all resources and civilizations in their path. They did not negotiate, they did not form alliances. They simply erased. The Azothians, a peaceful race of scholars and explorers, were the first to fall. Their defenseless worlds were turned to ruins. Their fleet, composed mostly of research vessels, was annihilated within hours. The KSAL did not use plasma weapons or torpedoes, they employed deconstruction beams that disassembled matter into atoms. The Galactic Council was paralyzed. Their combined fleet, geared toward containment and local skirmishes, proved incapable of facing this threat. Their ships were too slow, their weapons too weak. Their tactics, refined through centuries of diplomacy and cautious maneuvering, were meaningless against an enemy that knew neither fear nor mercy. Panic-stricken reports flooded Earth. News channels broadcast horrific footage: burning worlds, fleeing ships, and the silence of those who would never answer again. Elijah watched these images, feeling a mixture of horror and fury. His people were caged while the galaxy burned. 3 months after the war began, the Galactic Council's fleet was broken. Casualties were measured in the trillions. The KSAL were closing in on the core worlds, home to the most vital resources and technological centers. An unexpected message reached Earth. It was not an ultimatum, but a plea for help. The hologram of High Architect Zaire, leader of the Centurion Federation, appeared in the UN Assembly Hall. Her face, usually calm and detached, was now distorted by despair. We admit our mistake," Zaire said. "We were wrong about you, humans. We thought your aggression and unpredictable nature were a threat. But now we face an enemy that knows no emotion. An enemy for whom we are merely resources. We banned you from space," she continued. "We believed you would be destroyers. But now we need destroyers. We need those who are not afraid to fight when everyone else wants to flee. Those who do not give up when everyone else loses heart." The silence in the hall was deafening. After 2 centuries of humiliation and isolation, the galaxy was begging for help. "We ask you, humans," Zaire's voice trembled. "Help us." The reaction on Earth was divided. Some wanted to refuse the council, leaving them alone with the KSAL as a form of revenge. But the majority understood, if the KSAL destroyed the other races, humanity would be next. It wasn't just about survival, it was about proof. The United Earth Space Command, UESC, which had secretly developed space technologies for years despite the lack of a large-scale fleet, was ready. Their research had focused on high-speed maneuvers and advanced weaponry designed with hypothetical threats in mind. Elijah Woods sat in the UESC briefing room. Before him was a hologram of the KSAL fleet. They use deconstruction beams, explained Admiral Leia Amani. No known Council shield can stop them. They move at extraordinary speeds, phasing between dimensions. Our approach will be different, Elijah said, his eyes burning with resolve. We won't try to stop them. We will outsmart them. We will fight in a way no one else has ever fought. Humanity accepted the challenge. The ban was lifted, but humans didn't just go into space. They went to war. The first contact between the human fleet and the KSAL took place on the periphery of the Vega system. The remaining Council fleet was struggling to hold the line, suffering devastating losses. Humanity's ships were not as large as the Council's cruisers, but they were faster. Much faster. They were designed for lightning strikes, rapid approach, precision hit, and immediate withdrawal. This is suicide. A Centurion captain screamed over the general comms channel as he saw the small but numerous human destroyers charge directly into the thick of the enemy fleet. But the humans did not attack the KSAL head-on. They utilized a tactic unknown to the Galactic Council but well known to humans: guerrilla warfare in space. Human ships did not carry plasma cannons, they carried kinetic accelerators that fired slugs at near-light speeds. One such projectile could punch through KSAL armor. Elijah Woods, now commanding the flagship Retribution, orchestrated the maneuver. Infiltration squads, target the energy cores, he commanded. Human ships, disguised as debris, penetrated deep into the KSAL formation. Each vessel carried a suicide squad equipped with modified nuclear charges. It was a tactic of desperation, refined over centuries of human conflict. When the nuclear charges detonated inside the KSAL cruisers, they didn't destroy them entirely, but they created ruptures in their metallic structure, leaving them vulnerable. The KSAL were surprised. They did not understand sacrifice or desperation. They had no algorithm for such actions. Their cold, logical minds could not process this irrational aggression. Victory went to the humans, but the price was high. Dozens of human ships were lost, thousands of lives were extinguished. But for the first time, the KSAL fleet retreated. When the Council fleet saw this, they were stunned. The Centurion captain watching the battle could not believe his eyes. They made them retreat, he whispered. The humans, they won. But the war was just beginning. The KSAL were not the only threat. The true enemy, whom humanity had not yet met, was far greater than the KSAL. Elijah stood on the bridge of the Retribution, looking out over the battlefield. That was just the first round, he told his crew. Now they know we're here. Now they know the humans are back. The victory at Vega was Pyrrhic, but it bought the Galactic Council precious time and, most importantly, hope. Elijah Woods and Admiral Amani met with High Architect Zaire. The conversation was tense. Your losses are too great, Zaire said. Every such victory costs you half your fleet. If you continue like this, you will simply run out of ships. That's because we fight like barbarians, Elijah replied. But barbarians also know how to learn. We realize the KSAL have no emotions, but they do have algorithms. Their mind works like a perfect computer. And? Zaire asked. And computers can be hacked, Elijah smiled. Or overloaded. Human strategy changed. They stopped relying solely on nuclear charges and began developing cognitive chaos tactics. Human scientists, working alongside Azothian engineers seeking revenge, developed a neural virus. It wasn't a weapon that destroyed matter, but a program that attacked the KSAL's logical chains. The idea was simple: the KSAL were perfect but not flexible. They acted according to predetermined algorithms. If forced to process too much contradictory information or face nonsensical resistance, their systems would fail. "We launch fake attack signals," Amani explained. "Mock retreats. We force them to react to non-existent threats, scattering their forces. And then we strike where they least expect it." The second major battle occurred near the Andromeda Nebula. The KSAL arrived with a massive fleet, expecting another desperate human charge. Instead, the human ships launched swarms of tiny, high-energy drones carrying EMP emitters and chaotic data generators. The KSAL fleet began to flicker. Their ships lost synchronization, and their deconstruction beams fired randomly, striking their own kind. It was not the chaos of battle, but the chaos of a logical error. Human pilots, once confined to strict trajectories, now flew as no race ever had. They ignored rules, violated protocols, and trusted their intuition. This irrationality was their greatest weapon. Watching the screens, Elijah saw the KSAL, trapped in error loops, beginning to self-destruct in an attempt to fix their own systems. "They can't handle uncertainty," he whispered. To them, the lack of an answer is worse than death. The victory was crushing. The KSAL lost a third of their fleet, and their morale, if such a word could be used, was broken. They began to retreat in a chaotic fashion, trying to isolate themselves from the infection of human unpredictability. The ban on spaceflight was officially lifted. Humans were given seats on the Galactic Council, no longer viewed as a threat but as an essential ally. But Elijah Woods knew the real war was just beginning. "We defeated the KSAL," he told Admiral Amani. "But not the one who created them." His theory was staggering: the KSAL were not a biological race, but perfected machines created for extermination. Someone or something was controlling them from the shadows. Long-range scans revealed massive, stationary structures at the edge of the galaxy emitting energy unknown to any life form. "It's not an empire," Amani whispered, looking at the images. "It's a farm. They're growing KSAL." The true enemy was the Heart of Oblivion, a hyperintelligence existing outside of time, seeking to turn the entire universe into a perfectly ordered, but dead, system. The discovery of the Heart of Oblivion forced the Galactic Council to unite as never before. Humanity became the key element in the new strategy. "We need to hit them where they are least vulnerable," Elijah said at a briefing. "We need to create a chaos that the heart cannot process." The strategy included a psychological warfare component. Human scientists developed anti-algorithms, mental patterns toxic to the pure logic of the heart. "We can't just destroy it," Amani explained. "It's too big. But we can infect it. We can force it to feel what it never understood." The chaos of being. The final battle took place at the central node of the Heart of Oblivion, a pulsing black sphere emitting unearthly energy. The combined fleet charged. Every human ship carried anti-algorithm charges. "We aren't just firing bombs," Elijah told his crew on the flagship Freedom. "We are firing ideas. We are firing chaos, joy, sorrow, and love. Everything that makes us human." When the charges hit the heart, it shuddered. Its perfect algorithms began to fail. It was as if pure crystal were being corroded by chaotic acid. The KSAL guarding the heart began to act erratically, some attacking each other, others simply stopping as their systems oversaturated. The Heart of Oblivion did not explode. It simply went silent. Its pulsation slowed and then stopped. With it, the KSAL vanished, turning into harmless dust. The galaxy was saved. Humanity, once locked in its solar system, now stood at the forefront, proving its worth not through power, but through its very essence. Their unpredictability had been the only weapon against absolute logic. Elijah Woods returned to Earth as a hero. He knew the galaxy was now a different place. The Galactic Council was reformed under a new ideology: diversity is strength. Humanity, with its infinite contradictions, emotions, and unpredictability, became the symbol of this new era. They were forbidden from space until the war started. But the war opened the way. And they finally found their home among the stars.